Alright guys, this is our June Artsnacks box. And I just got it the other day, so we're going to open it and see what's in there. I'll be honest, I already took the snack out because my daughter drives me crazy when the bag comes. And I did open it just to make it easier, but I haven't looked at it, so. Let's get going. Okay, this is a Pro Folio. Is it going to, let's see if it'll. I turned autofocus off because every time I move my hand, for some reason, it like will unfocus and focus, and maybe that's an autofocus feature or whatever. It bothers me. So anyhow, Midtown pouch. Okay, I got it in gray and looks like a red burgundy color. Super nice. It's got 3 pockets and a nice little middle pocket. And what's nice about this is that I tend to be an art hoarder, and when I travel, what ends up happening, and listen, I love this little pouch that I got from Inktober, but this is what's happening. So I start with like a few things in there, and then I come in my art room and I'm like, oh, let me grab this thing, and I don't bring anything back, and so it starts to sort of overflow. And so I was working on something a minute ago and I'm like, I can't even get that closed. So the good thing is now I have something I can put it in that hopefully it'll fit, but I'll probably end up overflowing that one too. Just to be clear, I tend to be like a crazy bag lady, so I love this. That's great. Oh, then we got the Strathmore Tone. God, this feels good. I don't know what that is, but it's like velvety smooth. Oh, it's like leathery feeling, but like, it does have quite a bit of nicks in it though, and I don't know if it's supposed to be that way. No, it's the bubble wrap. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that or not, but I mean, it feels great, but it definitely got jarred up or nicked up in the box. So this is 8" by 5.5 inches, 184 pounds, 48 pages, toned gray mixed media paper. 400 series, Strathmore Art Journal, soft cover. I'm trying to see what the cover was made of. Acid-free, wet and dry media. We shall see when we try it. It is very thick paper, so I mean, like I said, it's what, 184 pounds. So it's pretty thick, so I think it'll hold some, you know, water. I don't know how much, but we'll see. I like the gray. Last month, I guess they're on a gray kick, they sent me the paper palette, which is also great. Now obviously you don't paint on this, it's just a palette, but I guess they're sick of white. I don't know. Okay, so there's the gray. So this will be great for doing like, you know, 8 by 5.5 inch artworks, or you can use it as an actual journal. I am starting to do some character design, so I'm going to use it for that, and we're going to start with it today and see how we do. I got Jazz's book the other day because I'm obsessed with him. Where did I put it? Oh, it's over there. Okay, I'll pull it out in a minute. But anyways, I'm obsessed with him. I won one of his artworks. I'm waiting for it to come in. I'm super, super excited. I'll put those off to the side here. I don't want y'all to see them yet. Yeah, I'm excited. I won one, and I bid and bid. My heart was racing, and it was really fun. So anyways, here we go. Let's see what's in here. So like, I opened it just so that I didn't waste any time. Ooh, there's something really giant and ginormous in there. Let's see what we got. Okay. So I'm going to look at this because I have Artsnacks Plus. Oh my God, my phone's ringing off the hook. I sold 3 paintings today, so it's been like a little bit crazy. Okay, so the Pro Folio Midtown pouch is in the Artsnacks Plus, so that's this. The Tone Journal is obviously in the Plus. And so, okay, all of these things would be in the regular Artsnacks menu. I told you I haven't looked at it yet. So the Montana Bold marker, which is this one here, is 8mm round nib. And it is a huge, like, Sharpie type marker, I believe. It's bold and fabulous. It has like a round tip, which is kind of interesting. I did read on this a second ago that they're built to last. You can change the ink. It's got a refillable ink, which I guess would be here. You would just unscrew that, maybe? I don't want to make a mess, but I don't know. I'll have to look it up. So I'm imagining you would have to just unscrew it, or maybe you just drip it, I guess. It's 8 millimeters round. The nib can be replaced, so I guess you can buy nibs. And it's permanent alcohol-based ink. So it's ultra black. It dries quickly, and it's semi-gloss. So we'll try that in a minute and see how that goes. We should put it in our bag, huh? Then we have the Kuretake Zig Fundago. Okay, hold on. It looks like fudge koji, but I don't think that's it. Fudigo Kochi. Fudigo Kochi. Fudigo Kochi. Did I say it right? Fudigo Kochi. We're going to go with that. Fine tip brush. I'm assuming it's this guy here, since I know what the other ones are. Okay, it has a high line variation, which means that it probably has a, let's see, a felt tip brush that's flexible, I imagine. Let's look. Yeah. So, oh my god, it kind of matches my nails. Look, I mean, it is black, but it looks like blue. See? Look at that. Oh my god. I don't have a nail there or there because I was working in the yard yesterday, but I don't know. Maybe it is blue. It is blue. Oh my god, I think the ink is blue. That's exciting. I thought it was black. Okay, well, we'll see in a minute, won't we? So it's fine tip, felt brush, tip, flexible. I love these type of pens. I use them a lot when I'm like doing outlines, or you can use it for hand lettering, illustration. It's a water-based pigment. It glides smoothly and consistently. I have another, I think this is a Kuretake pen as well. I don't know if they're the same or not. They don't look the same, but they're, you know, by the same company. But this one also has that same type of nib, and I use it like every day. And I have a couple other ones too, but I don't know. So we'll have to compare the two and see what the difference is. But it's Fudigo Kochi. We're gonna go with that. Anyways, I like these pens. I've been very happy with them in the past. So then we have the Derwent Light Fast colored pencils. I got one in platinum and one in Mars orange, which is going to be an interesting color combination. Although, if this is blue and that's black, and then I have black and white and these three colors, I think I can make that work. It's kind of an interesting color combination, so we'll see. Platinum, Mars orange. Maybe I can do like a military outfit or something. I don't know. We're going to start creating a character series. I want to do a storybook for kids. But I don't know. Maybe I need to practice first. We'll see. I'll never get to it. Watch. So anyways, these are the Derwent Light Fast they're the first oil-based colored pencils formulated to be 100% light fast. They won't fade for up to at least, I guess, 100 years under museum conditions. They have to say that, right? Because if you have it in your house by a window, you might see some fading, I imagine. They're extremely vibrant and creamy with an opaque color. I'm really excited. I love colored pencils. I just bought a bunch. I've been playing with it. I don't do a lot of it, but I've been playing with the idea of like investing in some nice colored pencils, and I've been trying a bunch of different brands, and I haven't tried these, so we'll have to see how it goes. So we've included 2 colors, and you can experiment with blending, which we will indeed do. So let's put those off here. And then we have our Uniball Sigma UM153 white gel pen. It's supposedly the perfect white gel pen. I typically use a jelly roll when I use a white pen. I do have one of these somewhere. However, I think, is this it? I don't think that's it, but maybe it is. Maybe it's an old one. Anyways, I don't know, but I actually preferred it in some cases and didn't in others. So anyways, we'll try and see how it goes. It's highly opaque, super smooth, vivid, archival quality ink, resistant to water and fading, shows up well on both light and dark paper, which will be good because we have the gray. Basically, you would use it for highlights. I sometimes use it to fix things if I'm using white paper. Like you can kind of put it on there and then do something over top of it, and it kind of helps to block something dark if you wanted to change something. And you're using a pen. Obviously, you can't erase it. So, and then we have our beautiful little sticker, which ironically enough is like Mars orange blue. I don't have turquoise or platinum, but I can make that platinum and it'd be kind of close. Okay, it's only 2 colors. Leave me alone. But I do have these colors and other things, so I could do that. All right, so there we have our sticker. I need to put all my stickers. I have so many stickers, and I've yet to put them on my board. I have like a little board I put them on, but I haven't put them on there yet because I have been moving and busy and building my studio, and oh my God, I've actually been doing really well, so it's been busy. Okay, what do you call a pen that's run out of ink? I'll give you a minute. A has pen. Ha ha ha! I don't know. I should laugh harder. I probably would laugh harder at that. That's pretty funny. That's pretty good. What do you call a pen that's run out of ink? A has pen. Yeah, okay, I get it. That's good. Okay, so we are gonna get started now. We've got all our stuff. Let's see, what are we gonna draw? What are we gonna draw, guys? Okay, so we got all our stuff. Give me a few minutes, let me get set up and organized, and I will see you in a minute to do some artwork. Okay, so I have to tell you guys, my friend Scott the other day came over with like 6 boxes of frames from a yard sale, and it was so nice. They're all wood. I haven't even gone through them, but I bet you there are 100 freaking frames out there. I mean, every size, every shape, unreal. I couldn't believe he got such a good deal. $100 for like 100 frames, and good, nice wood frames with art in them. I can use the canvases and repaint them. I can use the glass, the backing. I mean, I could separate them. I am so excited. I'm gonna start framing my work. I don't ever frame it and sell it. I sell it as is. And so now I have frames. I have a ton of frames, but I don't ever frame them, so I'll have to frame them. Anyways, with that, he also got this that he was gonna give to my kids. It's decorative paper tape. He's like, I didn't know what it was. I just got it. Well, I use it all the time because it holds my paper down when it flies up or flops. And I don't know if you can see this, but I have some here, like I have it all over. And I mean, I keep my desk actually very clean, but I keep tape there in case I need it or whatever. So he was like, well, I didn't know what this was. And I'm like, oh, well, you know, it's glittery, which I don't necessarily like to use for video, but look how much there is. I couldn't believe it. I have so many now. And I mean, I have a good amount anyways, but like, I may never run out. Look at that. I'm super excited. So I don't know, which color should we use? Oh, so many decisions, so little time. Okay, I think those are the same. No, oh my God, I think they're all different except these two. Wait a minute, are those the same? Wait, are those the same? No, those are, I don't know, I can't tell. Okay, so anyways, I'm super excited. Thank you, Scott, for doing that. You're the best. Appreciate it a lot. I can get it closed. Okay, anyways, I'll pick that out and we'll get started. I just had to share that. We're gonna be working on the Strathmore mixed media paper using our Midtown pouch with all our stuff in it here. And then I sharpened my pencils, my Derwent Light Fast pencils, using, oh God, I'm gonna be embarrassed. Oh yeah, the Coom, is it Cum? I think it's Coom. It's K-U-M. I feel like that's tricking us. Anyways, it was in the Artsnacks box a couple months ago because it does not fit into my electric sharpener, which is AFMAT, and I think I got it on Amazon, which I love that for pencils, but to be honest, I don't usually use it unless I need something specific, because I don't want it to break the lead in my colored pencils. So it's probably a good thing that it doesn't fit. But this one fit perfectly for these. So if you are using Artsnacks and you're like, oh, I need to sharpen it, and you have this is what works really well. Mine doesn't stay closed. So look at the tape I'm using. Hello, see, I use it on everything. It's fantastic because I can keep using it over and over again. It's never sticky. It stays stuck. It's amazing. I have stuff stuck to my wall with it because I know it's not gonna take the paint off. Okay, we're gonna keep moving because I just am too excited about that. Okay, so I started my video and I started drawing and writing some stuff out, and my doorbell rang. And I don't know if I told you on the last video, I have someone who is quite fond of me who comes to my house, and I've tried to tell this person over and over again that I'm not interested, that I'm not looking for that type of relationship right now, and that, you know, I'm momming the girls and that's what I'm interested in. This person is not interested in hearing that and has made it his life's journey to get my attention. Buying me stuff, which is very nice. It's very nice. I'm not ungrateful, but I've told him, like, please don't do that. Continues to do it. And he comes by like a million times, and then I have to hide because, like, we live in the country and we have lots of windows and I like to be outdoors, and so I feel like I'm constantly trying to hide around my house to avoid this person because he just doesn't get it. And then when I try to, you know, give him not even a hint, like I've been pretty blunt about it, he still will like try to push his way in the house. So when he comes to the door, like I could answer the door and be like, hey, what's going on? I'm busy. But it doesn't happen that way because he literally like pushes his way in the house. So I've had to stand in the way and sort of like, sorry, I'm really busy, I have to go, and you know, be mean about it, which is not what I want to do. Also, I'm a smoker, and after having to hide in my house a few minutes ago, I'm smoking. I like to smoke when I draw. If you're gonna follow me, you better get used to it. I know it's horrible, but you know what? I quit for 10 years. I will do it again, but when my kids aren't here, it's relaxing for me to draw and smoke, and so that's what we're gonna do. So, okay, let's continue and get going with this because I already started with the Montana Bold marker. I did not use the Montana Bold marker. I used the Kuretake, what did I say it was? Fude Go Kochi. G and K should not be that close together. I'm sorry, Japanese people, or wherever, yes, where is it from? China? Made in China? Made in Japan. Okay, I was right. But that's just too hard to say for us Americans. Okay, so let's get started, and sorry about my long rant. Okay, so we're gonna get started with the Montana Bold marker. You can see it does not go through the paper. Now, it did when I put more ink on it, and you'll see that a little bit later. But when I was just kind of fiddling around with it, it was pretty good, and the paper held up pretty well. I liked it because I could do little dots. So see, where I did it heavier, it started to go through the paper. If I did it light, it was okay. So it held, you know, the paper held pretty well. And then, of course, I had to use my Kuretake Zig Fude Go Kochi. I feel like it has to be Fude Go Kochi. You guys should count how many times I've said that in this video. But I decided to write Montana for some reason because I was looking at it. So I wrote Montana with the fine tip, and then used the, I mean, it's a fine tip, but, you know, putting more pressure on it to get different line dimensions and variations. I do not do hand lettering, so don't judge me on the hand lettering. I am a horrible handwriter, and someday I'm going to fix that, but as of right now, I'm not that good at it. But you can kind of see that there are some line variations here, and that's what I was trying to show. Both of these tools were really fun to use. I really like the Kuretake Zig pens. Like I said before, I have a ton of them from Artsnacks, and I have bought them on my own as well because I do really like them. The Montana is $9.50, and the Kuretake, I think I'm going to write it down in a minute because I think I forgot. Oh, no, it did. It's $3. Sorry, I forgot. I couldn't see it. I'm like, maybe I should learn how to read my own handwriting. So the Derwent Light Fast, I did it over top of the black Montana Bold marker. I did some blending. I've got the platinum and the Mars orange. Oh my god, these were the nicest. Okay, so I'm not a pro at colored pencils by any means, but I do have several different brands. I've not heard that much about the Light Fast, Derwent Light Fast colored pencils, but I'll tell you what, they were fantastic on this paper. They blended beautifully, they were easy to put down, they were fun to use, they stayed sharp, they didn't break, I didn't have a lot of dust laying around. And I could layer them. I think I ended up layering this like 4 or 5 times before. Well, it never really did any kind of sliding or sitting on the surface. So the two blended together so pretty, even though they're on opposite sides of the color wheel. It gave me a really, really cool blend. So I was really, really happy with these, and actually I might buy a whole set. These are the Derwent blenders and burnishers. I used them just because I wanted to see how they worked. So the burnisher and the blender work similarly, except for the blender you can go over it and the burnisher you can't. It kind of like flattens everything and puts everything together, and it finalizes everything. But on the gray paper it did show, they both showed up a little bit white. And here is, oh my god guys, this gel pen, this white gel pen was so fantastic. I've had these pens before, so I don't know why. I'm recording, hi. That's okay, then my dad just walked in. So the Uniball Signa white gel pen, in my opinion, is the best gel pen I've ever used, and I've used a lot of them, and I like the Jelly Roll, but I've had the Uniballs before, but oh my god, this one was really, really good. Maybe my other ones were just not as good, or maybe they redid it, I don't know, but it retails for $3.59. The Derwent Light Fast Colored Pencils for $4.10. Okay, so as I was thinking about these colors, which are odd kind of colors to put together, which is always really fun to sort of figure out, like, how can I use these items in this box. I think that's why I like it so much. It's a little bit of a challenge, and it's very interesting to me, and very educational to use the tools in a way that maybe I normally wouldn't. And it probably takes more time to do those things, or to do an art piece, but you really have to like put some thought into it. So I storyboarded some ideas before I got started. I need to share my storyboards. I always storyboard anything I'm going to do, and what I came up with was sort of this like Halloween-y type of witch. I had the blue, I had the orange, I had the black, and I had that silvery color, which I thought would be really cool. Oh, and the white. And I on this gray paper, and I thought it would be a really cool concept with that gray background to make sort of a, I don't know, I feel like a 1960s style, like Bewitched type of witch, maybe. I don't know, it reminds me of something I would see on like a platter or something, or a cartoon from like the 60s or the 70s or I don't know, maybe even the 80s or something. So I designed her ahead of time. I drew her out a couple different times. There's like some, I don't know what that is on my paper right there. I'm assuming it's oils from my finger, but it might have been, maybe I had some black on me and I laid my hand down, because I got a little bit of that, the marker, the black marker on my hands, and I thought I'd gotten it all off, but maybe it transferred. Either way, it didn't really show up in the finished painting, so, it was fine. But I went ahead and I did my little skeleton base drawing of where I wanted to put everything, and I did tweak it a little bit as I went, but the first thing I always do is I start with the head, because that kind of lays out the size of the character and where I want her. And you'll notice that at the beginning I did it a little bit small, erased it, went back to it. Now an eraser didn't come in this box, but I have the no, oh god, what is that called? Hold on. It's the no something eraser. I'm gonna get it. It's called the, okay, I got it. Sorry guys. Okay, it's called the Dust Catch by Tombow mono eraser. It came in, I believe, the May box. Might have been the April. I would have to look, but it is the best eraser. Not only does it erase everything, but it doesn't leave little dust particles everywhere. And if it does leave a couple bigger ones, they're very easy to just kind of like a magnet, just pick them up, throw it in the trash can. And as I said before, I like my desk to be clean. I know there are like little spots of paint here and there, but my desk overall is very tidy and neat. Everything's organized. I know where things are, and I don't like there to be, big bits of dust everywhere. So anyhow, I'm trying to get the base put down here, and there's my eraser. As you can see, no little things. I changed my mind on how I wanted her shoes to sit a few times. Just, to kind of working on the design concept and the idea of what I wanted to look like. And I wanted sort of big, spiky, over the top heels. And keep in mind, guys, I've been drawing for about 2 years now. I never drew anything before that. So if you're new or you're learning, you can do it. Okay? I might erase more than other people, but this is the very first character drawing I've ever done. So I'm really, really proud of it, because even though I do painting and I draw for artwork and I do drawings here and there and I practice all the time, I have not been super confident or confident enough yet to do my own character. So I had a few references, which I think is fine. I had a female reference that was sort of standing in this position. And then the witch actually was from my brain. I kind of created the hat and the outfit just in my head. The reference I had was just a nude woman, standing in that position, and I gave her some clothes and a cute little hat, and I figured she needed a broom. So I first sketch it out with the Derwent Light Fast Mars Orange. And giving her a cute little fashionable bob, A-line bob. See, old hairdresser. A-line bobs are great haircuts for witches, I feel like. Like a modern witch. Not like a scraggly old hag witch, but like a modern witch. Which she is. I'm going to have to name her. Y'all going to help me with the name? You're going to have to leave a comment and name her. Help me name her. So again, because I'm sort of new to this and learning how to do characters, I had to imagine sort of how her hand would be holding this. There was nothing being held in the image that I had, the reference I had, so I had to sort of make that part up. But I'm proud of myself. I feel like it looks pretty good. I mean, for my first one, pretty happy with it. And I did, okay, y'all know I love jazz up. I know, I'm totally obsessed. My mother, my family, they all make fun of me. They're like, you have such an obsession. I'm like, I know, but I feel like I've learned a lot from him. And I like that he's really confident and funny, and it makes it interesting. And, he just seems like he would be a really fun person to learn from. And so I watch a lot of his videos. But as a gift, my mom bought me the Make Your Own Character design book by Jazza. I think she got it on his website or something. Shoot, it might have been eBay for all I know. I don't know. My mom loves eBay. So anyways, I read that entire book and then started sketching some things out, did my reference, followed his directions, and this is what I came up with. So originally, I wanted to make like a sort of an avant-garde type of outfit, and the design that is in the back was supposed to be part of like a cape or part of her top. But when I finished it, it looked more like a background, and so I kind of went with it, and I'm fine with that. I kind of liked that it simplified her silhouette and gave me something to pop her out in front of. And then I'm using the blue, oh god, I'm gonna not say it, Fudegakochi, I'm learning, I'm getting it right, Fudegakochi fine tip brush pen. It's a blue, it's like a navy blue, it looks dark, but it's a navy blue. And I'm outlining it. I am leaving some orange around the edges because, again, I want that sort of animated in the, 60s, 70s, 80s. I don't know what time period that would be. I'll have to look it up. Sort of look, but hopefully you guys get where I'm coming from here. And then I'm just coloring in some of the areas I want darker with that blue as I go. And then I will go back and erase some of the orange, but I want to have some of it there because I like the idea of having those two colors together. So just working on her shoe. I do think that her back shoe should have been a tiny bit smaller, but again, I'm going to just preface again or say it again that is my first one. And, I probably could have done her a little bit better. And not only that, but I find that if I don't tilt my canvas when I have it flat like this, that I elongate my shapes really bad.
I drew a little girl, a little girl character that was supposed to be like short and squat. And from the angle I was sitting at, and this is just good if you're starting out, like it's definitely something I've thought about, but it's not something I thought would be that dramatic. But when I drew her, she looked much more short and squat. And then when I stood up, I was like, oh, she's much longer than I thought she was when I was sitting and she was laying flat. So if you are drawing these and you want to make sure that you are drawing it at the right size, or what's the word, like, not elongating your shapes, then you might want to tilt it so you can see it a little bit better. It's hard when I'm recording to do that because it doesn't really, you can't get the light right. It's a little trickier. So I'm just putting in her arms here and making sure that that broom pops out a little bit. And I was kind of figuring out exactly where I wanted her shirt to go and her outfit to go, but as you can see, I just continue outlining. This is that little background area that started as like an avant-garde cape thing, but evolved into more of a background layer. And I really, really like how it came out. I think it's pretty cool. I gave her some gloves. I was open. I had a general idea of what I wanted to do, and I just sort of played with how this would work around her. Put our little lines on the hat, on the witch hat. Gotta get a buckle. Gotta have a buckle on the witch hat. Her eyes I was going to do a little differently. I was going to make them darker or use the blue, but I ended up leaving them light because it looked kind of cool. And then this is where it got a little tricky because I was like, oh, I drew a kind of a small, piece of art, but I only had that small paper to work with, and I've got this huge marker. Now, obviously, would have been great for a background or all black, but I wanted to use that gray that was in the on the base. Obviously, the paper's that tinted gray. But I found it to be much easier than I thought it was going to be. I filled in her shoes, and then I used the round tip to create polka dots, and it worked really well. And you can see, as tiny as this is, or, it's not super tiny, but, it's a small enough for that big marker. I was able to get pretty fine detail in the point of that hat. So as big as that marker is, I was really impressed that I was able to do as much with it as I was. I mean, look at that. It's pretty crazy. So I filled her hair in black, although I am going to go in and with the colored pencil and the white and give her more of like a gray, shadowy sort of hairstyle. I didn't want it to stay black. I wanted it to be, to have some dimension in it, but I needed the black as a background. And then we're sort of adding a shadow where her legs touch. And again, with alcohol markers, this would have been cinch. With watercolor, cinch. Using these tools for this was not ideal, but it did. I'm very happy with how it turned out. So we're going to go ahead and outline this little area in the background. It's kind of a lacy, ruffly thing, so I wanted it to look like it had dimension. And so I varied the lines, which is what this pen, this brush pen is for. I was able to push softer and then push harder in certain areas and get that very nice ruffled look. When I do skirts or dresses, I generally do more of like what's the shape? I don't even know what that shape would be, but it's like an indented circle almost type of shape, and it creates a much better ruffle look. But in this case, I really wanted more of like a flat kind of, you want it to be moving, but not necessarily a perfect ruffle. So this helped give it some dimension and some body, if you will. And I hope you guys liked my story time. How about those cicadas, right? Oh my God, can you believe that? They're probably on right now too. I can hear them outside. It rained the last couple of days and it was pretty quiet. But man, they're really loud. We've got a couple of trees in the front yard that are just filled with them. And every morning I go out and I sweep them up. So that video at the beginning of this video that I shared with you is, that was just one day. And not even a full day. Like I had swept them up the night before. And then I went out there that morning and that's how many there were. And since that day, which was maybe a week ago, it's been like that every single day. It was really fun when I mowed and they were landing all over me. My daughters are freaked out by it. Okay, so here we go. So we got it all outlined and, you know, the basic sketch done. And now we're going in and sort of designing this outfit. And I really wanted to do the polka dots because of the shape of the brush. So I gave her some little polka dotted pants. And again, I thought it was going to be really hard to get these smaller polka dots on the edge. Would it be the most ideal? No, but it did work. So if that's all you had, you could make this work for sure. Plus it was kind of fun to do. It was like perfect little dots. I felt like I was using my my Huey on. Alright, so just designing these little guys here, figuring out where I wanted to put them. I wanted to make sure that it looked cohesive. And then, oh my God, these Derwent Light Fast pencils. I just got into colored pencils maybe, you know, since I started wanting to do more character work. Thought maybe I should learn a little bit more about colored pencils. I've used alcohol markers for a while. But these colored pencils were so smooth. I have like some cheap ones. I have the Premiers. I have a bunch of watercolor ones because I used to do the watercolor. I used to do that a lot when I first started. When I was learning watercolor, I thought it was nice to add detail and stuff. But I have a lot of, you know, random colored pencils as well that I've gotten from Artsnacks. These are by far the best. I don't know why I don't see them more often. Maybe they're really expensive. I need to look it up. Okay. Use the platinum in her pants as a highlight, as a cast light. Oh, not cast light. What is that called, guys? You tell me. Rim light? Rim light? Is that right? I think that's what it is. Like kind of around the edges, you know, that light. See, I'm learning. Still learning. Still getting it. Figuring it all out. Learning the terminology. So I used the platinum just sparingly in areas where I wanted more light. On her tummy, on her skin. Blending her hair in. Putting, you know, a little bit of that gray area in that black hair. And it was so beautiful on top of that black marker. It showed up so nicely. It's probably not even that easy to see on this paper, but it really popped out from the gray of the paper. But it wasn't white, which it was really cool because it added this whole dimension. Then I went in with this amazing, I like this whole box, I'll be honest with you. I was really happy with this box. And I'm not always. You know, sometimes I'm like, eh. So see, I left her eyes wide. I kind of thought that was really fun. Okay, there's your little, what do they call it? A rim light? Skim light? I have to remember. But just, you know, to make it look like it had a little more body and a little bit of fullness to it. Added this white in certain areas and really made it look a little more cartoony. And a little bit more of like that style I was talking about where it was very pop arty. I used the white to polka dot. The color that came out of this white pen was unfreaking real. I mean, it made it so easy. If you guys have not tried these, if you're a jelly roll person, I'm a jelly roll person. This was like, I mean, maybe you would use a jelly roll if you don't want it this juicy, but it was juicy. Like you can see how simple it was. And I added some bigger spots and some little spots. And I mean, I had no issues getting teeny spots. I had no issues getting bigger spots. It was so fun to do. I'm telling you, so fun to do. And you can see I colored some like pastel orange, like lighter orange around that background. And then did the black around the lace or the edges of the ruffle. And use the white to kind of make it look more magic-y, the little polka dots. And to, you know, to bring in her pants are also polka dots, so. And her hat. I had so much fun doing this. I really had fun. It was just like a little magical moment. Oh, I hope that wasn't my door. I think my stalker might be back, guys. I'm whispering so he doesn't hear me. He knocks on my window. I have to cover my window. It's insane. Okay, so at this point I'm pretty happy with it. I think I work on her broom a little bit more. The orange layered so beautifully. I was able to get a lot of different tones with this Mars orange. So you can see there's like some areas where I used, you know, the Mars orange to create a shadow, where it would be darker and then lighter in some areas. And I go back over it a couple more times just to make sure it blends and it's really solid. And it looks not like I just colored it in with a crayon or did one layer of colored pencil. This colored pencil was fabulous. They were fabulous. If you have not tried them, I highly recommend them. I really, really do. And then just to, you know, finalize this, you know, little modern broom thing. It's not the best broom in the world, but I do kind of dig that it's a little more like, it kind of reminds me of one of those Asian brooms. Like I worked in I owned salons for years. And we used to have these little Asian brooms that were like flat, kind of. And they were more loose. They're not like the brooms that we see. They're done with hay or straw and sort of tied together. So that was the image I was sort of thinking in my head of this broom. Of course, have you seen Hocus Pocus? They fly on what? A broom, a mop, and a vacuum cleaner. See? So you could fly on anything if you wanted. So yeah, just doing a few more details. There's the little cape in the back that I added on just to make her look like, you know, if she was flying, it'd fly in the wind. Wanted that to tie in, so I put a little stitching in there. Went back over a couple things that I didn't like. Just adding details at this point and finishing, polishing it up. I hope you guys liked it. Thank you so, so, so much. And I'll see you guys on the next one.